Hi, Shawn. Welcome to the NTM Growth Marketing Podcast. I'm excited to be speaking with you today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to speaking to you as well, getting to know you more.
Shawn, let's start off and hear a little bit more about what your company is all about and what is your role at the organization.
Yeah, so we provide a go-to-marketing strategy for B2B companies using AI agents. We
I love
aim to
it.
make them more affordable and accessible, as AI agents can be a little daunting for people and the use case can be confusing, and we want to make it very straightforward.
Let's make this AI Agent 101. I'm actually attending a webinar on Thursday about AI agents because me as an individual, I'm uneducated about how this is now going to transform digital in 2025. So, can you explain what an AI agent is?
Yeah, so I would say for a non-AI enthusiast or a non-extreme techie, the most basic way to break it down is you have your chat GPT, which is more of a chat bot that you're able to interact with and have conversations with back and forth. An AI agent is where you're able to also interact with kind of a chat interface, but you're able to get that agent to go and do actions on your behalf based on what you tell it to or what you schedule it to do. So it's more of an actionable. Uh, how would I describe it? It's something that's more actionable, and so you can actually get more out of it rather than just you being kind of the catalyst. You can actually have the agent be the catalyst and go take action on your behalf.
What does the day in the life of Shawn look like?
Yeah, so right now I am the co-founder and also acting CMO of AI Advantage. And so I'm very focused on our LinkedIn strategy because our LinkedIn is what brings in majority of our leads. Like 85% of our traffic is through LinkedIn right now.
Wow.
And then I'm also working on a lot of our web content. So making sure our website, our copy is up to date. We're constantly revising that and then also working with clients as well. So, I mean, part of the part of the life of a startup co-founder is you are playing multiple hats. So, like the CMO thing is more of just like a focus parameter, but I'm honestly playing multiple different hats, mostly between like COO, so like operations, as well as the marketing side of things. And then I'm also just like managing. We have two salespeople, and then I have one assistant. And so I'm trying to make sure everything's being distributed, all of our tasks evenly throughout the team. So we're making use of all the help we have rather than myself or AJ, my co-founder, just taking care of everything.
I think you said 85% of your website traffic is coming through LinkedIn. Was that number correct?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think you're doing well on LinkedIn to have results like that? Is when I talk to marketers, I hear such a mixed reaction to LinkedIn being a good platform for B2B businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's interesting because we started out with just creating SDRs, sales development representatives, and we were selling that, but we realized there's more sorry, there's more that goes into the equation than just outreach for LinkedIn to be successful, and that's where we changed our marketing to be more of, hey, we're providing a go-to-market solution because yeah, there's multiple aspects that equate to LinkedIn success. So one of those things is the content that you put out on LinkedIn. And I think number one, it's important to make sure you know what your niche is in terms of your identity. So it's your branding identity, and then who you're aiming for in terms of who you're trying to connect with, the type of audience you're trying to connect with. And so my co-founder AJ early on was like, yeah, I want to aim at the more tech enthusiasts, the developer side of things, the people in SF who are diving into the latest AI tools that are coming out every other day at this point. And he was able to start that on like pretty much right when we started the company, so about a year and a half. And he started a newsletter was like the main catalyst for him and his personal branding. It's called the AI Advantage newsletter, and he posts
Did you use
daily AI.
Beehive for it?
No, no, actually, just straight on LinkedIn, like the LinkedIn
Oh,
news.
okay. The LinkedIn newsletter. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. The
Got
link
it.
letter. And he was able to gain where I think he's at 3,000 subscribers now. And obviously this is all like very organic. And so this has really helped us with developing a follower base that is also converted from founder personal branding over to company personal branding. And so that's actually how we were able to scale kind of our marketing efforts because we haven't spent a penny other than on softwares for marketing. which is something I pride ourselves in, is like we have been able to achieve like last year. This is gonna sound crazy, but last year we achieved 26 million views and impressions
That's
across
amazing.
platforms that we went after. And that's without spending a dime. And that's literally just from targeting the people that we know we can connect with, as well as being very specific about our content. So, like for me, I put out a newsletter on AI powered marketing, but it's also a little bit more tailored towards just marketing in general, like marketing professionals. AJ, like I said, is focused on those tech enthusiasts. So building content that is actually high quality helps with rapport on LinkedIn, and people actually trust that your brand is worth following or trusting. And then also not only the newsletters, but also posting content on your feed as well. So that's why we added our content agent to our go-to-market strategy, because it really allows people to scale their content to have better responses in their outreach, and be able to also have like inbound rather than just outbound, if that makes sense for traffic. So yeah, that's mainly what has led to our success on LinkedIn is that go-to-market strategy.
What would you say is something you're doing innovative within your marketing?
I would say, oh wow, that's a loaded question because I would say every single thing we do in marketing at AI Advantage stems from an innovative approach.
Mhm.
What I mean by that is, like posting on X, we're using our content agent, and then we're using multiple AI tools to get that scheduled and automated. The biggest thing that is going to lead the way in marketing innovation that we're also using now, that I think a lot of people don't know about, is the use of computer vision. Because
Tell me
normally,
more about that.
yeah, yeah,
Tell me more about that. You can see we're recording this live. This is not AI as I stumbled over my words. So tell me more about that.
absolutely. Yeah, it's cool because normally in like the marketing area, you need API access to automate content. You need to be able to tie it and like X, for example, their API is so expensive to be able to like access their API every month, and it just doesn't make sense. It's like, why pay hundreds of dollars for their just to automate on X? I can literally just type it in and and post it, right? But the cool thing is, with computer vision, it's literally like an agent making actions on your behalf, but it can
Hmm.
see the screen, and so you can teach it what exactly on the computer or internet that you want it to do. It's almost like automating a bot, but like being able to communicate better is
Hmm.
how I describe it. Um, and so that allows us to automate a number of content schedules and postings, which allows us to be more consistent because I'm one guy, like at the end of the day, to be able to run our marketing strategy, managing a number of really important things, but then also like posting every little content piece across all of our platforms at the exact same time is super inefficient and hard for me to keep up with, to be honest. So like this is a good example of like an innovation that we're able to lean into that's going to help us grow our brand from just consistency. And I would say that's the other biggest catalyst is like you need content consistency. Otherwise, you're
Hmm.
not going to grow anything.
So you're a great person to ask this question, Shawn. So how has AI impacted your relationship to marketing?
Oh, it's completely changed my relationship to marketing. Just to give some background a little bit, I am graduating in 2 months and I majored in business management and leadership. I did not major in marketing at all, but I'm clearly chief marketing officer. So it's like, how did you get to that? I completely have had to self-teach myself through YouTube, through staying up with the latest AI tools that are coming out in the marketing industry
Was there
because
a YouTube channel or teacher who really taught you the ways?
oh, there were so many different ones that I bounced between. I mean, this one wasn't marketing specific, but like I remember starting out just following Liam Otley just to get an understanding of like how AI is going to change marketing because he would
Mhm.
post up about that as well. And then like I followed Matt Gray quite a bit. I really have engulfed his philosophy because I really do believe systems are the future, not just for marketing for everything, but specifically for marketing, it's completely changing everything. But yeah, so AI has allowed me to bridge the gap. That's allowed me to teach myself and come up to speed to be able to be an exec because the future of marketing is heavily centered around the systems that you're able to use in your marketing strategy, and yeah, your marketing operations. And so because I've been able to come up to speed on like the best AI tools to use in the marketing industry, I've been able to kind of create an operation that is in line with the latest practices in AI marketing. And so I would say like, if you're not a marketing exec, coming up to speed with the best AI marketing tools to use will allow you to bridge the gap in a lot of ways for sure. That's been helpful.
All right. So take this either positive or negative. What is a way that AI keeps you up at night in relation to marketing? Like you just wake up sweating at 2 o'clock in the morning, whether good or bad. Just would love to hear, what's really top of mind for you, what's keeping you up at night.
Yeah, your relationship with AI won't be perfect. And what I mean by that is, especially when you're setting up systems and you're still getting used to the infrastructure you're setting up, when you're starting to adopt these AI tools, I've had multiple times where I made a mistake, and this is on me, not the tool, where I've accidentally like scheduled something at the wrong time or like scheduled an
We've all
agent.
been there.
Yeah, scheduled an agent to go do something like incorrectly. So every once in a while, I just like double check. I'm like, you didn't post anything, right? Like, what did you post? No, okay, this content's good. Yeah, like stuff like that. Just a little bit apprehensive, but it's like a relationship, right? Over time, build trust, and then that's definitely happening. So.
So my last question today, Shawn, and this might be a tool or a shout out for your own organization, but what is an AI tool that you see yourself coming back to on a regular basis and using, whether that's an LLM or a standalone software?
Yeah. That's well, I don't know if you've heard about Manus, the
I'm
new.
not.
Okay, so it's kind of like the new DeepSeek moment.
Oh, when did this emerge? I had
It's
a cold for the last 3 days, so I wasn't
oh,
online. Was it this new, like the last
it was
72 hours?
yes, exactly. The last 3 days.
That's what happens when you get down with a stomach bug for the weekend.
Yep. Yep, that's literally how the AI space works. Yeah, so Manus came out and it's crazy because it's like an AI agent platform, but you can literally see it going through the different websites like
Wow.
live. And it's so cool too because we've been able to give it like more context. So like when I was working on our website copy, it's like I would get copy and then reference a part of our website and manually put it together. Just because AI like couldn't understand exactly all the context I was trying to give it of how to structure the requirements. And then I was able to give it like screen recording and explain what I wanted.
Wow.
And it worked. And then like you could see the agent live doing exactly what I said. And then pulling up competitors, doing competitor research. Like it takes out a lot of steps that you still would have to do to bridge the gap, even with like O3 and GPT. Um, and I found that to be really impressive, and I think that's going to save a lot of people time, but it can do way more than that as well. And I think that that is the future of, well, everything, but especially marketing. The more that you can set up different agents to build your marketing team, that is the future. Not hiring marketing specialists, unfortunately. For marketing specialists, you should be learning how to use these tools, and then you're going to be valuable as well. But that is definitely the future for sure. And I think, another thing that was cool is Manus gave us like an invite code and they were only giving out like so many, but because it blew up so big, we posted about it on X and the tweet went viral. It got like 200,000 views
Wow.
and a bunch of retweets and responses because people were like, give me the invite code, like going crazy for it. So again, also for marketing content, staying on top of the latest AI trends and tools will also allow you to grow your following as people just like really want the latest tools, right? And access to the latest tools, and not everybody has that. So, yeah, hopefully that answers that question.
It does. So, Shawn, can you wrap up today and share best ways to follow up with you, your organization, check out your LinkedIn content? What's the best way to learn more?
Yeah, our website is aiadvantageagency.co. We have all of our social links on there, everything about us on there. You can book an appointment on there. But if you want to check out our most popular newsletter, it's called the AI Advantage newsletter on LinkedIn. If you search it, it'll pop up. It's by AJ Green, my co-founder. He's the more technical co-founder, but we kind of work on content together, and it's really a fun process. So those are the main two ways I would say to connect with our brand. We're also building a YouTube, which is also linked to all those places I said, and hopefully I'll be able to put this out on there as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all that.
Perfect, Shawn. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much for your time as well and the questions.
Before we jump into our next guest, we want to take a moment to tell you about our marketing mastermind cohort, No Typical Marketers. If you are a marketing executive looking to connect with like-minded professionals, this is the space for you. It's more than just a Discord group. It's your exclusive ticket to monthly roundtable meetings where we have group discussions about advanced marketing strategies, share insights, and solve real world challenges like implementing AI agents into your marketing. Membership is exclusive and by application only. If you're ready to take your marketing game to the next level, apply now using the link in the description below. We can't wait to see you there. Now, back to the episode.
Hi, Katie. Welcome to the NTM Growth Marketing Podcast. I'm excited to be speaking with you today.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Katie, let's dive in and hear a little bit more about your organization and what is your role at the company.
Sure. So I represent ProNotary. We're a remote online notarization software company. And my role is the sales and marketing executive of the company. So we are based out of Texas. And my job is basically bringing awareness about what it is that remote online notarization is. And then also teaching people how to basically integrate it into their offices, and then just learning the software.
What does the day in life of Katie as a marketing executive look like?
So in general, I look over the workflows to see any of the inquiries that are coming in, making sure that all of the common questions are answered. Anything that people ask more than a couple times, we make some content about just to go ahead and answer that. Because we figure if 3 people have that question, there's going to be a lot more that are hitting our accounts that might not be buying because they don't find the answer immediately. So we want to go ahead and be proactive and just kind of push it out there instead. But other than that, we make a lot of different content. As you can imagine, we are trying to put out as much content as possible, just so that way we have a awareness out there of what it is that Ron is, because most people still don't know.
Would you say content is your favorite part of marketing?
I think it's yes, I would say so because it's almost a way to not necessarily take out the sales process, but it is a way to make sales jobs easier.
Mhm.
Just because the same thing that what I was talking about before, you answer the same questions. So then by the time that the person gets to the sales part of it, they already know pretty much that they're either going to buy or they might have some question that might not already be answered. And then that is where the sales job comes in. But in general, I like it because it's a way of cloning yourself for the content.
When you're on social media, is there a brand whose content you see yourself always coming back to or you're inspired by? And you as a marketer are like, oh man, that brand really gets it.
Yeah, I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say that I really, really like Hormozy. So I
Alex Hermosi.
Alex Hormozy and Leila.
And
Um,
yes, I forgot about his very talented wife too.
yes. So I think that they are very talented. And one of the things that they said is that if you're not pushing out like 10 different contents a day, you're not doing enough. So it's nice, but also like, all right, we're doing our best over here. And so, it is interesting, that and also Gary Vee, because
I love Gary Vee too.
I do too, yeah. I really like the way that he illustrates the different ways that organic social media will really promote
Mhm.
your business, in a way that some of the paid ads or anything like that does not, just because, people can find YouTube and then just go through your whole entire brand. They already know you by the time that they meet the sales team. So that's something that was not available, however many years ago. So I like
I have
that.
his book, his latest one, right behind me, right here. Did you read
Yeah,
Day Trading Attention?
I have not, but
It's
is it good?
it's good. It actually surprised me. This is Gary says this, so this is me not dissing Gary on the internet, just how in depth it goes into with case studies and graphs.
Mhm.
I thought it was a really good read and audio read as Gary reads it.
Okay, I'll have to look it up because I mean that's pretty much my bread and butter is all I listen to is podcasts about business, marketing, and sales. So yeah, no, definitely. Thank you.
What would you say is a marketing strategy you're using that is proving to be effective in 2025?
So I touched on it a little bit briefly, but I really think that YouTube is
Mm,
one of the biggest self-generating machines that we have access to. It's a little bit of a leveling field because, you know, a company that's small can dominate by just putting out as much content as possible, and then just kind of taking over that space. And it's just because think about how many times that you Google something a day. Google's sister parent is YouTube. So obviously they're going to want to promote that as well. So if you have a common question about, how do you perform a remote online notarization?
mm.
Hopefully our YouTube would pop up. And then that way you learn about ProNotary and our business.
Is it YouTube Shorts you're finding success with, or more long form videos on YouTube?
So I think that YouTube Shorts will take the attention originally. So
Mm,
YouTube Shorts kind of this is just the trend that we've been seeing. YouTube Shorts have been pushed out more, but to get the actual clients buying, they
mm.
usually need to watch the long form. So
Got
um,
it.
yeah, yeah.
So YouTube Shorts is great for top of funnel content, but it's you need the longer videos for bottom and middle funnel.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Because there's a lot of misconceptions with our business. So we have to kind of educate them in a way that it doesn't seem like we're selling to them or that they get bored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you were to have a humble brag on yourself, what is a area of marketing you feel like you bring some innovation to? Or what about your marketing strategy do you feel like is innovative?
Well, I think that ours is interesting because one of the things that we really, really rely on is attraction-based marketing, which
Mm,
basically means that you make content based on what your target market would care about, and like. So we have taken it upon ourselves to start interviewing some of the people within our space, on how to create more revenue as a remote online notary. So
mm,
yeah. So it's a little bit selfish on our parts because the more revenue that our clients make and the more transactions that they do, the more that our company makes. But it also attracts our target market, because they're watching our information, and then they want to start using our software as a byproduct.
do you feel that your content is educational? Do you feel like it is entertainment? How would you classify your content?
So I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think that it's educational and really not that entertaining.
Mhm.
Um,
Like an
as,
NPR style vibe?
yeah, kind of like it's more telling people or interviewing people about how they began their business, which is interesting. But unless you're starting to go into the industry or you want to create, some side income as a remote online notary,
Mhm,
it's extremely niche.
mhm.
And then some of the subjects aren't that exciting, of the different like sources of income as a notary. So
That makes a lot of sense too. Is if you have the Gary Vaynerchuk energy for someone who's a notary, there might be a disconnect too of of that as well. So I think that's really important to know.
yeah, yeah, it can be a little bit hard to be like super enthusiastic about some of our topics, like we talk about family law, we talk about loan
Mhm.
signings, and it's not always the most exciting.
Right.
Yeah, so educational.
So in 2025, it's really hard to talk about marketing with not talking about the impact AI has had in all of our lives. How has AI impacted your role as a marketer?
So, well, I mean, aside from ChatGPT being my best friend in the entire world,
That's your
um,
go-to LLM?
yeah, yeah, I haven't tried out Gronk or anything else yet. I don't know. I'm almost loyal to the brand.
Right,
Um,
right.
yeah, so I probably will at some time. some point. But I think that ChatGPT is a big leveler. And then I wish that I remembered who said it, but they said that artificial intelligence is really like the renaissance
Hmm.
of our age. And I 100% agree because, as a marketer, my background is not in marketing. So using ChatGPT all of the time on how to do specific things of like, starting out in the beginning, and it's like, what does top of funnel mean? And so now to this point where, I can really refine the prompts to give me the type of output that I really need. I think that that has been super helpful as far as, going over everything and marketing and really niching down, depending on what my clients need. So I think it has been helpful, but the tool that I use the most is ChatGPT.
How did you become better at prompt engineering? Was it simply just practice?
No, I joined a couple Facebook groups.
Oh,
This
nice.
Yeah. So I joined a couple Facebook groups. I think obviously I use social media heavily. And I think that that has helped as far as refining different prompts.
Hmm.
And then I actually asked ChatGPT to teach me how to
Really?
prompt. Yeah. Yeah. And then once I found out that I can ask ChatGPT to ask me clarifying questions,
Hmm.
um, to get a better prompt, I have found my outputs to be a lot better. Um, I took it a little bit of a step further and I made my own AI bot. Um,
Very cool.
yeah, so it's nice because basically what you can do is once you do, like, let's say we do a YouTube interview, I can put the transcript into that AI bot, and then now whatever I have said and whatever we've spoken about, that bot will also know it, and it also will start learning the way that I speak, the way
Mhm.
that people within my industry speak, the common questions. So, that one piece of content for you YouTube can also go into a lot of different like LinkedIn posts, Facebook posts,
Mhm.
Reels, everything like that. So it almost does the job of like five people in one.
So the efficiency and the output you have is significantly higher.
Yes, because because you have to train it so that way it does know. And then I think this is going to be like one of my soapboxes is that I think that when you refine it and you look at it, you're always going to have to do some quality control.
Mhm.
Because if you just take whatever ChatGPT spits out as a marketer, I can sometimes see the different types of like common phrases that everybody uses, like this
Right.
plan's formative, or whether you're a seasoned pro or what, I'm like, that's ChatGPT. So I think that you do have to use your brain, and it's not going to do it for you, but it definitely does help with refining things and, coming up with a lot of different things. Or, I'll plug in like, I want to say it like this, but what's a different way for me
Mhm.
to, make it so that way this point comes across and they're like, it'll help me. So it's like a sounding board.
So Katie, my last question, you might have just answered it, but I just want to hear if you have any other references. Is any AI tools you see yourself going back to? So I know from an LLM standpoint, ChatGPT is your favorite, but any standalone software that you see yourself using a lot that's AI oriented?
So, I mean, I use Instagram heavily, so I
Mhm.
don't know if this would necessarily count, but I like ManyChat a lot. So ManyChat you can also refine where it integrates with ChatGPT. So let's say you have a reel that you post on your business's Instagram, it'll say, comment notaries to learn
Mhm.
more. If there's people that are commenting notary, it can take it a step further and send them links. But also you can plug in the ManyChat with ChatGPT, so that way it will answer people um, basically on its own. So I think that that
That's
is,
fantastic. No one has
yeah,
given that answer. So that is a very unique answer to that.
yeah. No, I think it's fantastic, and then it also creates engagement. So the more people that comment on, reels or anything like that, the higher that Instagram is like, oh, people like this, we'll push it out to even more. So then it helps with impressions as well.
So, Katie, if someone wants to learn more about your organization, wants to follow up with you, what are some best ways they can get in touch?
Sure. So on LinkedIn, my name is Katie Tremulis. It's Tremulis. And then our website is www.pronotary.com.
Perfect. Thank you for your time, Katie.
Of course. Thank you for having me.